Welcome, dear friends, to Kardec Radio at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls with one more, the Spirit of Truth. This book that comes to us to deliver messages that are unprecedented. No message is alike on earth, and this one is peculiar. Several spirits come together and write through the medium, Chico, Xavier, and Waldo. It's amazing. It's an amazing phenomenon, and at the same time, it tells us deeply about the importance of this work. Today, Luiz, the spirit doctor who comes to us with his smile, his teachings, lessons of the moment. And he was inspired on a passage of the Gospel according to Spiritism, which is chapter 5, item 4. You know that the longest chapter of the Gospel according to Spiritism is this one, blessed are the afflicted. And we know why, because we're on earth. And that's the nature of things for now, right? We may be afflicted. Who is not? Good question. Chapter 5, item 4. And then you and I are being invited at this moment to think about the causes of our afflictions. This item 4 is about the current causes of affliction, where the good spirits say to us that most often we are the ones who create problems in our lives. In this life, he talks about many things, how many things fail because of our fault, because we are imprudent, proud, ambition. We have this deep ambition. We ruin ourselves because we lack discipline, and we allow ourselves to indulge in desires. Some marriages are unfortunate because they were a result of self-interest, vanity, disagreements, quarrels, because people avoided moderation and were too sensitive, diseases as a consequence of intemperance and excesses, parents who are unhappy because they didn't combat the bad tendencies of their children. So, causes of affliction in the current life because of our oversight, our indiscipline. But where is God in that? And that's what Luiz is going to tell you and I. Where is God in this? Lesson of the moment. Here comes. God is invariably love, and love challenges the fetters of the spirit. Isn't it right? God is love. Yes, we are afflicted, but not for long, because we know God is leading our lives, guiding us. And here comes. If there is rest in conscience, the soul evolves from its irreplaceable foundations of sacrifice. There is no way for us to evolve without sacrifice. And people think that sacrifice is not eating chocolate, not drinking coffee, not eating sugar. No, that's not sacrifice. That is self-care. But we're talking about sacrifice of the ego. We want to give the final word. We want to do this. No, we're going to sacrifice. Read the book Renunciation by Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. The book Renunciation is amazing. And there we come to know about Sion. It's such a phenomenal experience, such a lesson for us. She's capable of renouncing many things in ways unimaginable. A spirit that came from another galaxy, to help loved ones on earth. Food for thought. But God is love. And Andre Luiz says more. Whomever does not struggle for the good descends imperceptibly to the ranks of evil. And this statement is beautiful because he says, if we do not struggle for the good, so if we struggle, we're evolving? Yes. And struggle means making effort. That's what they mean. Like in the book Evolution into Worlds, effort and repetition. We're not going to learn anything new as second nature. Things become second nature. Things become conditioned, automated when we make an effort. So we need to leave our comfort zone all the time. It doesn't feel 100% because it's awkward, it's weird, sometimes we feel pain. It's like the soreness of working out. But if we don't struggle for the good, we are descending to the levels of people. Yes. You know, those days you have spiritist study meetings and you may feel like, oh, no, oh, come on. It's so cold. I worked so hard. I want to relax. No, don't. Turn on your computer, your phone, go to that meeting. Why? Because there we're struggling for the good. Of course we are. Because we are focused on other ideas, new ideas. But the bad spirits don't want us to do this. So they say, come on, relax. You're working too hard. These are the worst advices we can give to anyone and that we can receive. Enjoy life. No, 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 thank you. I've never heard Jesus say, enjoy life. He said, love God, love your neighbor as yourself. He never said, be inert, just chill out and do nothing. No. Enjoy life is about loving God. Yes. It's not about drinking, partying. No, that's not enjoyment, it's suicide. Read the book Memoirs of a Suicide, right? And then he says more, Andre Luiz, along with correction, there's always a mistake extolling the merit of duty in dignified conduct. So it's telling us that even though we make a mistake, we are in the route of greater dignity if we correct ourselves. And now he's going to tell us something that is quite all the more interesting. When you experience difficulty, he says, identify the favor of divine providence to expand peace. Feeling in the unexpected of the gravest experience, the flow of inciting perseverance in good intention. And by seeing in the indifference of those who immerse themselves in vigilance, the indelible example of what should not be done. So remember, we are in a school, right? You and I are in a school, the school of the earth. Sometimes our lesson is about not doing what others are doing. Some people are like, why did I go through this? So I know that doing this to others doesn't feel good ever. But you know, it's interesting. Often people go through that experience, but when it's their turn, they repeat the mistake with others. It tells us about previous lives. So it's very interesting that Andre Luiz is teaching us a new way of seeing and feeling the experiences, asking us for perseverance and understanding. So the lessons of each moment, Andre Luiz is teaching us. He says, the bigger the shadow, the more valuable the light source. Sometimes things are so difficult, but Let's rest assured, the more difficult, the more light, because remember, the light, when it goes through obstacles, creates shadows. So when you see shadow, it's because there's light. We can already distinguish. Some people cannot. They are in true darkness and they cannot see themselves in darkness. They can't. Obsession is like this. People don't know. The deepest obsessions, they don't know. So he complements by saying, in this way, pure joy thrives between pain and obstacle. Sanctifying resignation is born amid difficult trials. Intrepid renunciation breaks out within the injustice of fierce emulations, and constructive purity often appears in an environment of ample addiction. See? So he's telling us about this combination, the light and the dark. And he's saying there's pure joy when there's being an obstacle, because pure joy is about seeking the good in the midst of the bad, of evil. This is pure joy. It's not this joy that we think we feel. Oh, happy birthday. No, no, no. We're talking about joy that is carried out through immortality, pure joy. And it sprouts in pain and obstacle, knowing that we are at service. It's like when we are suffering because of the good works we do, and we rejoice, not masochistically, no, but we do it out of understanding that that persecution against us from two realms is sprouting from the good works we're doing. In the sense, some don't want us to do that good work. Resignation that sanctifies also comes when we're experiencing difficult trials. Renunciation, resignation, constructive purity. When people are amongst those who are addicted and they are not. Then Andre Luiz says that's why in our personal circle, important and diverse messages intertwine, donating encouragement and consolation, understanding and clarity. You need to adjust spiritually through the varied struggles of each moment. But we don't accept it because we don't understand why we're being tested. We don't understand why we're going through certain experiences. And then come our dear Andre Luiz to say, the cranky boss is a providential instrument of correction. The problematic partner leaves us free to sow unmixed fraternity. Deception is a precious contrast to highlight the outlines of a better attitude. The curvy path demonstrates the excellence of the straight road. So let us take every moment, let us take the lesson, verifying how many times in 24 hours you are required to help others and do not haggle cooperation. In the harvest of work, many hearts that feel bleak seek protection in your kindness. On the public road, companions who come and go bump into you, eager to find the smile you can offer as an incentive of hope. Inside your house, dawn finds its presence in the new possibilities to exalt confidence in the designs of on high. In every conversation, You're being tested on your willingness to extend knowledge and virtue. When you are talking to people, you are being asked to help those who have moral wounds, those who need assistance, those who need vigilance. The silence of the visitor, the bitterness of the unhappy colleague, every situation, he's saying, is bringing us an opportunity of revisiting our part, our way of helping. And he says, inoperative purity is utopia, like any other, and thus ignoring the infected puddle is keeping its inconvenience. So does not despise the lesson of the moment. In the certainty that we renew ideas, experiences, and destinations each day, according to particularities of manifestations of our free will. I know today's message by Andre Luiz is deeper than many days we are seeing here. He goes very deep. But what is the bottom line for us? I think the title says it all because he wraps up at the end talking the lessons of the moment. Do not despise. But we do because usually we're like this. Oh, it's a big occasion, it's a celebration. We pay attention to that day. But then every other day becomes ordinary. And he's saying, make each moment extraordinary. How? Today is the day. Tomorrow doesn't exist yet. And the past is unchangeable. So every day is a big deal. Every day, either we make a choice to make it special, or no other day will be actually special because we're passive to our transformation. Literally, he's asking us to be mindful, lesson of the moment. And he's asking us to be mindful by teaching us how to be mindful. He says here that each day it's up to us, it's up to our free will to decide, not other people. Oh, but that person talked to me in that way. I received an email at 7 a.m. It destroyed my day. That's your choice. That's my choice. People can send emails. That's not going to destroy our day unless we don't learn from the lesson of the moment. In the current causes of afflictions, we will find that this moment defines the upcoming ones. So, right now, we're empowered to do what? To feel God's love, he says, and at the same time, seeing the scenarios of difficulty, the call to evolve. Yes, sometimes it's a struggle, but he says, if we don't struggle for the good, it's a sign we're sliding down to evil. And he points out the scenarios of a boss that is cranky, a problematic partner, problems in the family, everywhere. And God asking us to spread the good. Yes, to spread a smile, to be really caring. So, in that sense, you and I are being invited by Andre Luis today to be divinely mindful, centered in God. It's godly mindful. Okay? We're saying this because be mindful. It needs to be centered in God always. So every moment, let us think God is here now. How am I feeling God in this? In all occasions, where is God? Let us feel God's presence and make that moment a lesson for our immortality. Seeking the good. It's always about teaching us new virtues or deeper states of those virtues. Perseverance, endurance, and humility, and the capability of renewing ourselves, and thus we will achieve higher levels. So, friends, you and I are being invited to this exercise in the next 24 hours. Every moment, ask, where is God? Feel God's presence. Because God is sustaining our breath. We're breathing because God is giving us life. So, God is here with us. And if God is here with us, nothing lacks. No. That's what the bad spirits want us to believe, that we're doomed. We're not. Let us renew ourselves in faith, in hope. And as André Luiz says, let us always, always feel the lesson of the moment in the certainty that we renew ideas, experiences, and destinations each day if we want. Do you want it? Yes, I do. And you too? All right. So let us exercise this beautiful mindfulness in God in the next 24 hours and feel deeply grounded, absorbing every lesson of the moment. Thank you, friends, for being with us at Cardiac Radio. And God willing, we will be back with more Spirit of the Truth.